This is a really, really big story, and I want to take some time to talk about this. A federal judge has ordered Apple to help government investigators find a way into an iPhone that was used by one of the San Bernardino shooters. This is the massacre back in December, which left 14 people dead in California. Specifically, the FBI is telling, or a judge now has told Apple that they need to provide what the judge calls reasonable technical assistance to get information out of Syed Farook's iPhone 5C. Apple is essentially being asked to build a program that would allow the FBI to try passwords over and over again. The iPhone 5C, previously owned by Syed Farook, has this security method where if you put in the wrong password, I believe it's 10 times, the phone totally locks up and it'll destroy the data that's on it. So what the FBI wants Apple to build for them is a program that will allow them to try password after password after password without the data being deleted after incorrect password entries. Federal prosecutors told the court they can't get into this phone because they just don't know his passcode and they really want to get in. Now, this has started huge controversy. The FBI says this isn't about surveillance more broadly, right? We want to get into this one phone. Apple says they're against it, and that they're against it because this does have broader privacy implications. So here is a quote from Apple about this particular issue, which I will put up for you. Apple CEO Tim Cook said, "If the government can use the All Writs Act to make it easier to unlock your phone, it would have the power to reach into anyone's device to capture their data. The government could extend this breach of privacy and demand that Apple build surveillance software to intercept your messages, access your health records or financial data, track your location, or even access your phone's microphone or camera without your knowledge." And they go on to say that no reasonable person would find this acceptable, saying the government suggests this tool could only be used once on one phone, but that's simply not true. Once created, the technique could be used over and over again on any number of devices. In the physical world, it would be the equivalent of a master key capable of opening hundreds of millions of locks. This is setting up a really big legal showdown, and Apple claims that the top priority for them is the protection of customer privacy. The FBI and law enforcement say we are being hampered in our ability to prevent crimes, to investigate crimes by these encryption technologies. This has the potential, Lewis, to go all the way up to the Supreme Court.
No doubt. I think what strikes me as strange about this is that you would think that the most important information here is who was texting this guy, who was he texting, who was calling him, who was he calling.
Okay.
That information would be available from whoever his provider was.
Outside of that phone.
Outside of that phone. That seems to be the most important information that I can think of. Okay, that being said, there's important information on the phone, of course. And I think Apple should comply here. Now, from my understanding,
Really?
Apple could say, we will do this on our end. You hand us the phone, we will do this, we'll give you the data that's on the phone. Now, what the FBI is asking for, I think, is absurd. And Apple should not do that. But Apple cannot say that it is impossible for them to do this without breaching everyone's security.
But hold on a second. I heard you say that it's ridiculous, but that Apple should do it.
What I'm saying is that Apple has the ability.
Yeah.
Apple does not need to create a backdoor to give to the FBI that they can use on any phone so that the FBI can get the information on this one phone.
But the precedent is, and I think this is the key thing, they would be under government order creating something which allows them to do that on any phone. It doesn't mean that they are all of a sudden giving this power to the FBI to do it whenever they want.
Well,
and I think
what you have to do is you have to...
This gets at what's really at stake here, Lewis, which is more than the data on the cell phone. We have a legal system that is built on precedent. The precedent would be set for the FBI if Apple isn't able to successfully appeal this ruling, that they can say, hey, we have precedent here for forcing companies like Apple to create software on our say-so to get into encrypted data. And the precedent is what is absolutely huge here. And I think it is very dangerous to set precedent where the government can mandate companies like Apple create software to get them into whatever it is they want to get into. I think it's hugely dangerous.
Okay, it's maybe it is hugely dangerous, but this information could be hugely important. So while you might be setting a precedent, can we have faith that orders will be given with in only the right circumstances to do this type of thing with discretion?
No, we can't have.
You can't.
I have no faith in that.
I mean, look at the world we already live in when it comes to surveillance.
Yeah.
I mean, haven't we already crossed this line?
Well, that's the point. That's why we can't have faith in the fact that this won't be used as precedent to do this in other situations.
But you don't, I mean, even in my particular case, because of the legal precedent it would set, you say you're not agreeing with me on this one.
I don't think it should be done because of the legal precedent that it would set. That's my specific reason for not agreeing with it.
And if this happens down the road, you think that this will never happen. This situation will never come up again with another manufacturer, another company. I mean, other companies might be a lot more willing to do this. And
it very well could come up. And especially if other companies are more willing, why set up the precedent? Make it more difficult. That's my view. And hey, by the way, I'm not even an Apple fanboy. I don't own any Apple stuff. Louis, you can testify to that, right?
I can testify to that. It's kind of a separate situation, though.
Yeah, no, but just as a side note, in case people were going to say I'm an Apple fanboy and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm on Twitter at Pakman if you want to tell me that I'm right about this. Louis is on Twitter at Louis Motamedi if you want to tell him he's wrong. Other opinions, I guess, I don't know, email us or something like that. Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses. And I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me. And I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.